Welcome to the absoluteDOGS Sexier and Squirrel podcast. I'm Lauren Langman. I'm one of the world's leading dog trainers, and it's my mission to help owners become their dog's top priority. In each episode, you'll discover how to gain trust and communicate with your dog like never before, creating unbreakable bonds that make you the most exciting part of their world. So Rosanne, health and dog trainers, we are here for our dogs, with our dogs, loving our dogs, and ultimately so many of us as dog lovers, owners, trainers, I think we put our dog's health first, and we actually don't always consider our health, whereas actually we really need to be aware that if we're not here, then our dog's health is really a little bit screwed without us, right? Like we are the ones that lead the ship, the mothership. So where do we start? Health, owners, dogs. You do health as literally your thing. Tell us about it.
Well, I love that you said that, and I love that you tie them together because it is so spot on. So many people that I know are into feeding raw or feeding a more natural diet to their dogs, and then they completely drop it for themselves. And I'm just going to bring up why that is so important because I know you because of absoluteDOGS and Barrelin. And so I've got my little copycat Blink that you know. And so we were training the other day, actually, on Tuesday. We were training, and they gave me something different to do. And you know she's little and she's fast. And I had to do a what is that? Rear cross. I had to do a rear cross. And no, that's not true. I had to do a blind cross. And I had to like turn and burn to just get there ahead of her. And I'm going to be very transparent. Next week, I am going to be 62 years old. And I had to turn and burn. And it wasn't that I wasn't huffing and puffing, but I did it. I did it. I know. And I did it multiple times thinking of you, thinking, I wish this was recorded for Lauren. But I will tell you, the vast majority of that, the vast majority of the ability to do that is my food. That's the vast majority.
And I think the thing is, Rosanne, so many of us are, I mean, through AOK9, through absoluteDOGS, through, like you said, Devon Dogs, we are so conscious of what we do for our dogs. And yet I know that I can speak personally here, and I know maybe sharing a little with the listeners, I had some bad blood results last week. So my blood results were not as I expected. And they actually rang me and they said, you need to consider going on statins. And you need to consider going on statins because genetically you're predisposed to this. You haven't had this test before. And in addition to genetic predisposition, you're also high cholesterol. So you need to look at it. Now, here's me. I'm a non-smoker. I would say I'm a non-drinker, but my mum would say otherwise. I mean, when I'm on holiday, I'll drink a cocktail or three. And I certainly like Prosecco or champagne. But very, very, very rarely, day to day or week to week, this would be more of a, I suppose, decadent, like cultural, like with friends.
Social. Yeah.
Very social, but no sort of regular occurrence. I would say I eat salad and veg every day. I eat fruit for breakfast every day. My sort of, I suppose everyone's got their like naughty thing. My naughty thing would be biscuits and tea at night. So 4 biscuits, little Leibniz biscuits they're called. 4 biscuits. Matt has 4. I have 4. Cup of tea. That would be my bad. But on the whole, pretty good. And maybe on the road can be a little bit difficult when we're traveling. So I suppose blood results were a shock. And the doctor said to me, Rosanne, the doctor said, these are things you can't necessarily change. And at that point, I thought, right, Rosanne is coming for a health retreat to Bowerland in just a few weeks. You know what? I'm going to get on the phone. Let's ring. Let's speak. Rosanne is my guru. She's my expert. I know I'm yours for dog training. You're mine for health. You're coming here in person and you're teaching online, right? So you're here in person, you're teaching online. People can join. So people who are listening right now, they could either come in person and stay with us on the site and at Bowerland, either bring their dogs or don't bring their dogs. They can come and stay with us, or they can watch online. Is that right?
Totally right. Totally right. And I'm so excited because this is our second time doing this, but this is the first time we're offering it online, which is so exciting because it just opens up the world, to understanding their health and understanding actually how simple it is to turn that around, whether it's cholesterol or anything else, how simple it is to turn it around and not be disempowered. You
Because it is
know,
disempowering hearing from your doctor. My doctor said, right, here's the statins. You can do like a prescription. Now, I'm like literally at the same, I'm sort of looking and shocked. And like, I was just expecting to pick up the phone and have healthy blood results, as I've always had. And they
yeah,
were not healthy, but they tested a new thing, which another previously I have never had it tested. And it was lipoprotein and something like that, lipoprotein A. So I've never had that tested before. That combined with the cholesterol, they were like, we don't like it. You're high heart sort of risk, you're high stroke risk, your heart attack risk. And I
yes,
was like, oh my God, like this is not what I was expecting to pick up the
yeah,
phone to. I was just expecting green tick, green tick, green tick, as it's always been. And for me, it kind of gave me this like massive wake up. I came to your
yes,
health retreat last year or last time. We had a lovely time. We had a fantastic time. It was a difficult time for me. I was just in shock after coming home after Tokyo. And it was at the
yeah,
same time a gorgeous time. It was a connected time. And there was a lot I took in, but you know what? There was a lot that I think I can still do. And that's what we're going to do in person. We're going to do it in person with
yeah,
multi-students. We're going to do it in person with people and their dogs who come to us. But we're also, like you said, we're going to offer it online. And I think when some
yeah,
people are maybe they've got chronic inflammation, maybe they can't travel, maybe they don't have the finances to travel, maybe they don't have the physical ability to travel, maybe they're just too
yeah.
scared to travel. Actually, you're right, Roseanne. This allows that sort of connected opportunity all over the globe.
And the word that you just used, connected, because that's what you have absolutely grown and flourished in the dog world, is this connection, this community. We have a community with Absolute Dogs. This is a community. And this is an extension of that community to say, listen, we love that you run your dogs. We love that you train your dogs. We love that you walk your dogs. We love that you give your dogs good health and nutrition. I mean, my guys have their setup with all their AOK9 stuff every single morning into their raw food. It's beautiful. And we love our community and we love that you do this for your dogs. But what about you? And now, the same way that they could watch Michelle's Sunday night date night, and making their dogs food and treats, they can now participate in this for themselves. This is
And
something for themselves.
some of it is so easy. Like some of it
Yeah.
is so easy. So some of the things that you taught me, I mean, one of the things that you taught me that I think is worth sharing to everyone who's listening,
I'm
because anyone
cheering you, beautiful.
oh, I love that. I love that. Tell us what's in it quickly.
This is, well, actually, it sat for a moment, so it's separated, but it's just orange and grapefruit juice, just fresh orange and grapefruit juice. And you put it in a gorgeous glass, and you think, you're having a mimosa. You're so decadent,
It feels decadent, doesn't it? It does
It
feel
does.
that's a big part of it. It's funny. I said to Matt yesterday when we were in the shop, I said I'm going to just grab some water, and I grabbed it from the probably the most expensive one in the shop, which was in a really nice like aluminium bottle.
Yeah.
And I grabbed that one, and he said, "Why are you grabbing that one?" I was like, "It feels more decadent," because I think that's part of it. Sometimes like you do want to feel like you're doing something good, or you feel like you're a bit
Yeah.
special. And I just share one of the things that was my big takeaway from last time. If it's got no moisture in it, Lauren, you probably shouldn't be eating it. And so I pick
So
up
good you
things.
remember that. I
Well,
love
like
it.
I picked up at the airport. I went to sort of grab a croissant, and then I went to go, no, 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 you don't need a croissant. And so it's those moments of there is no moisture in this, Lauren. What on earth is good in this? Like have a look at it and question it. So
Yeah.
for me, the fruit, the veggies, the salads, if I pick something up and there's no fluid in it, why am I doing it?
And I love that you remember that stayed with you because with that one little tidbit of information, you can literally change everything. You can change your level of hydration. You can change your level of vitamins and nutrients in your body. You can change your digestive system. Like you can change so much by saying, is this going to hydrate me when I eat it, or is it going to cause me to need to drink something? And if it causes you to need to drink something, it's not like we're never going to have something that makes us thirsty. But in each choice, if it causes you to feel thirsty, tired, foggy, then should we do it? Should we do it? And
And that was a
the,
big takeaway, Roseanne. Like some
yeah,
of the food that I was eating would make me feel foggy, would make me feel clouded, would make my
yeah,
judgment slow, would make me feel sluggish, would
yeah,
lack sort of make me lack energy. I'm currently out in California, and you know what? The energy here is vibrant, like the energy is buzzing. And
yeah.
I think that in California compared to some of the states in the US, it's very easy to eat well. Like it's very easy to find
Yes.
fruit and salad and good food, and so it's
It's,
actually quite straightforward here to eat and do
yeah.
well. And exercise is such a big thing here. Like everyone is moving,
And
like
it's
doesn't matter
a
what age,
community consciousness, community
vibe.
awareness.
Yeah,
Listen, it doesn't hurt that it's warmer there or warmer here. I'm in South Florida, so it doesn't hurt that
it
it's
helps.
warmer here. But you've got to also find ways to make your warmth and to, make your fruits and your veg, more appealing. And that's what we do. I mean, that's what we're going to do on the retreat, and that's what we did last time, and we're going to just repeat that and bring in some more fun stuff to
So
make it
So,
doable.
so, Roseanne, one of the things, and I'd love you to like bust some myths out here and maybe give us a few top tips to the people that are listening. One of the things that I was told is you can't change this. And for me, I sort of sat back and sort of nodded and I was like, okay, genetics. So you can't change this. This is your genetics. And they asked me if there was any heart sort of problems in our family. And my granddad died of heart attacks. And my mum has a bad heart too. And so some of it that was genetics.
Mhm.
What would you say to that? Because that's really disempowering. Like it made me feel like, well, you can't do anything about it. Go eat chocolate cake.
Yes, I love that you asked that question. So I'm gonna in a moment give you an example or give everybody a little taste. But um, genetics. Let's think about something. I'm in South Florida. I can turn my camera to the outdoors and I can show you a coconut tree with coconuts on it. And if a coconut falls off the tree, even if it doesn't get buried, as long as it's in the earth a little bit and it rains, that coconut, it's the seed of a coconut tree. And it is going to sprout into another coconut tree because that's what its genetics say. It's not an orange tree, it's not a grapefruit tree, it's a coconut tree. Its DNA says you're a coconut tree. Perfect. Now I take that coconut, I don't let it sprout, I wrap it up, I pop it in my suitcase, and I come to see you and I bring you that coconut in Devon. Is that coconut, when you love it and hug it and kiss it and put it in the ground and water it, will that coconut become a coconut tree in Devon?
No, the climate is
No.
very wrong.
Yes, we're going to call it something a bit different. We're going to call it the environment.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter what the DNA says. When you alter the environment, you turn the DNA, you turn the gene on or off. So now let's take that back to cholesterol or diabetes or heart disease, or sorry for your viewers, I hope they've had um,
Yeah, it's crazy,
breakfast
isn't it?
already. But let's take that to thyroid disease, autoimmune disease, take it to anything. If you alter the internal environment, you turn that on or off. So the information is about empowerment. You have the power. I have the power. All of your incredible viewers out there, they have the power to turn a naughty but nice dog into a nice dog, right? They have the power to turn those genetics on or off. And I'm so excited to share it.
Now, one of the things that we're going to be doing on, I know right at the beginning of the health retreat, or maybe even in advance of the health retreat, because sometimes we'll do this in advance. And I know some of the people are coming to us for the crufts 2 weeks beforehand. So we might be able to do it in advance. But one of the things I know that you're going to do with me is you're going to take pictures of my eyes. Now, my
Yes.
eyes have actually been trouble. And I've noticed lately on cameras that my eyes aren't quite as clear as they were before. Like everything isn't as clear now. I know I also share the same as you have. I've had some sun damage to my eyes. I always am surprised at that because I barely see the sun in Devon. However, I am a sun seeker. What are we doing with eyes? And that's something that everybody who comes, we will have a look at people's eyes, and there will be a time to do a little session with you on eyes, I'm sure. What
Yes,
what are
definitely.
we going to do there, and why are we doing it, Roseanne?
Great question, Lauren. So eyes, and specifically the iris, right? The color part of your eye, which is absolutely amazing and floors me. So in every branch of natural medicine, especially natural medicines that go back many, many, many thousands of years, like Chinese medicine, Japanese medicine, and so forth, Indian medicine, Ayurvedic, they have what are known as microsystems. So, for example, I'm a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, I'm an acupuncture physician, and we learn about the microsystem of the ear. So, every single part of your ear, every single part of your body is mapped out in your ear. Well, in naturopathic medicine, every single part of your body is mapped out in your iris, every part. And so when we take photos of the iris, we are seeing so many things. We are seeing the thing that we focus on the most, lymphatic congestion, and we'll get into that during the retreat. We are looking at genetic strengths, genetic weaknesses. We are looking at stress rings or nerve rings in the eyes. We are looking at what we call malabsorption. You're eating something, maybe you decide to have this amazing glass of juice that maybe has, I don't know, 400 milligrams of vitamin C in it, and yet you're only absorbing 30 milligrams of vitamin C. Why? That's because of something called malabsorption. We can actually see that in the iris. So everyone who's coming and participating on location will get photos of their eyes done, and then we'll analyze them and tell them what's going on.
And that's incredible.
And what's that?
That's incredible, isn't it? That
Oh
we
my
can do
gosh,
that all together.
amazing.
And we're looking at something pretty unique there. And actually, the other thing we talked about is connection, because everybody there, whether they're online or in person, there is a connection because all of those people, we did this obviously previously. This is our second go at this.
Yeah,
All of those people have connected, right? Like everyone has stayed connected, and everyone has had their own health journey. And
yes,
when you say diabetes, like chronic fatigue, for me, high cholesterol, and I know that it's not through like eating like crazy amounts of fatty food. Like that's not something I'm like. It's definitely the wrong mixes because I don't. I'm
yeah,
not someone who eats like junk food every day, or I'm not someone who like ultra processed obsessed or anything like that. So I know that there's
yeah.
lots we can tweak and there's lots we can work through. But everything you're saying, diabetes, heart problems, everybody is welcome, right? And this is a place
Yes,
we could make a
yes.
radical change.
I mean, we won't mention any names, but one of the wonderful, amazing, lovely participants that was there last time, she was able to start moving better and walking better. You know,
Amazingly, like the mobility has changed like dramatically, and
yeah,
actually the weight is falling off without even trying and never feeling
yes,
hungry. Like that for me has been massive. Like watching the participants, no one ever went hungry, right?
yeah. Yeah. And one of the lovely things we do that's inspired by you and all your retreats is there's posters in the arena, and we have everyone at the end of the day post up on a post-it note what their wins are. And I still have pictures of those, and I periodically look at them and get so warm and inspired, and again feel that community that we had. I mean, luckily for me, I've been back 4 times for all kinds of things and dog related things. But it's that community. And I look at those post-it notes in just 1 week, what was accomplished. Someone saying that they're not craving biscuits, someone saying that they're not hungry, someone saying that they're just waking up with more energy, that they're not having body pains in just 1 week. It's just fantastic.
Now, what I found particularly fantastic in just 1 week was that we were all so connected. So whether that was, I mean, obviously in person where possible is always gold standard because you're in person. What I loved is everyone connected, making food together, talking through food, simple, easy opportunities. There was one, I think it was a Thai salad or it was a
Yes,
really
you loved it.
tasty. Oh, I love
Thai
that.
cucumber noodles.
That
Yes,
is like my favorite.
mine too.
I love it. And some of the things so easy. And like the energy balls, like talk us through one of your favorite energy balls because there are some amazing energy
Oh
balls.
gosh, I love the ones that have the orange zest in them.
Oh,
So
yeah,
some coconut and orange zest. It's like so refreshing. I guess I'm an orange, maybe I'm a citrusaholic,
me too. Me
but
too.
so refreshing. And it's
And
so beautiful to be able to make these foods together. I mean, I get to participate too. And then for people who decide, hey, I can't get out there, but I want to participate in this, you're going to get your recipes in advance. So you can put together your grocery list. You know what we're going to be making, and you're going to make it with us. How awesome is that?
And I think that's the big thing. Actually, sort of for a few £100, being able to be away and being able to do it online,
Yeah,
actually, it makes sense because if you can't be here in person, if you can't either get in your car or jump on a plane, if those
yeah,
things aren't possible, then what is possible? Because I think for me, it's same as the doctor saying to me only recently, I did immediately go into this mild panic, and then I was like, right, what can I do? Because he's
yeah.
told me you're going to need statins. Like I feel like a baby to this. Like I don't feel like I'm at remotely the stage I need to be thinking about things like this. And so for me, that was a no. Like I don't want to go there. The panic set in, and then I went, Corizan, Corizan, talk to Rosanne, see what Rosanne says. And then in that moment, we were like, actually, it's only a few weeks. You're going to be out here. And you straight away said, right, Lauren, when I'm there, we're going to be eating together. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be making sure that I'm like, I'll provide food. You're going to work out what the healthy space is. We're going to do it. So we've really got a good few weeks to do that
You
together.
did.
But the
Yeah,
cool thing is everybody can join us for the main health week, right?
yeah.
Everybody can join us. And what would you say to someone who's sat on the fence or thinking, is it worth it? Is it something I should do? Should I even consider this? Am I mad? Like, what would you say to that person who is considering that right now?
Oh my gosh, Lauren, if I knew about this 15 years ago, and you guys obviously, or 16 years ago, you guys obviously knew that that photo was me, right? You got that. That was me.
That's scary, isn't it?
So scary. That was 2010, November 2010. It was a horrible time. I won't get into it. If I knew this then before it happened, it would have never happened. On the flip side, I believe that nothing happens without a purpose. Getting a Doberman from a rescue who was crazy on a leash. Yay, that's how I found you. So nothing happens without a purpose. And the purpose of that was for me to be here with you, for me to talk to people all over the world and watch amazingly and with so much humility, watch them change their health, watch
Now,
them change their
Anthony,
body.
too, right? Your partner. Let's just talk about your partner for a second. So, your husband, Anthony, like, how does he look? And for me, Anthony's amazing, but not just how he looks, how he is, how his person is. Like, how is that?
Oh my God. So I'm getting choked up now. I've been married for actually this April will be 31 years. Crazy. Um, he has always been into fitness. But what was interesting is he detoxed alongside of me. He supported me 100% through it. He had something going on we won't get into, but he said, I'm going to do it with you. And so the next picture I'm going to share with you guys is him post detox at a competition.
Like, Anthony's amazing,
This was
amazing.
50 years old. That was 50 years old. Get a look at that, you guys. Be
And
jealous. I don't mind.
Anthony is ripped. So what you guys who are listening rather than seeing can't see is he's
No,
like
yes.
completely and utterly like ripped. Now he
And
he
he's
did it
going to be
with you.
64 this year.
And he looks amazing. He is amazing. His body is amazing. His health is incredible. And he works with you. Now, how about those people at home who partners, like I've certainly struggled with this, like Matt and I, Matt often isn't on the same like trajectory when I am, and I'm not on the same trajectory when he is. How does that work? Like how do we work with this?
That's a really good question. I think that having the support through us, so one of the things that we're contemplating is maybe having a meetup, once a month or 6 weeks with you guys who decide, hey, I'm going to participate from a distance. Let's do a meetup and let's keep you going and inspired. When you're with somebody else who may not be 100% on board, all you're going to do is for them kind of infiltrate some more fruits and veggies. And I think it's about you inspiring them. Now, on the flip side, what do you do with those cravings? How do you handle those cravings? When we get together to talk about food and the recipes and things, we're going to talk about, what is something that you really love and how can we make it healthier? It may not be 100% detox friendly, but how can we make it so that you still have those things that you love? You maybe love the crunch or the flavors or the herbs or whatever, herbs or whatever.
Herbs, herb, herbs. Like it's a
They'll have
thing.
to they'll
It's
have
a
to
thing.
participate to
Now,
know the
I
joke.
I just thought, yeah, they've got to come. I wrote a little list when we were speaking the other day, and I thought
Yes.
really what would be nice for everyone to learn is maybe some easy wins because
Yeah.
I get that if you come to the health retreat or when you come to the health retreat, I mean, come on,
Yes.
literally
When?
get on the plane, get on the train, jump in the car. It's out there for you. All you need to do is either contact our Ask team, they'll give you links, or head over to devondogs.co.uk. On devondogs.co.uk, we will share with you pop in health retreat. You'll be able to find us. You can do it in person, you can do it online. I absolutely want you to get there. I want you to get there. Rosanne wants you to get there.
Me
You
too. I really do. It's just such a wonderful time.
It's a magical opportunity and it's a really special opportunity for people who can be there. Now, I wrote down a few top tips, but for me, I know you've got way more. So, anything I should add? Because, for example, I'm away right now. I'm not at home. Food prep is definitely different. I've got a very small kitchen in my space. Like, I've got literally like a tiny space there. I don't have a lot of room. At the same time, it's been fairly straightforward in California because
Yeah.
it's California. And so I wrote down eat the rainbow. Like those things like really stood out for me. Eat the rainbow. And the second thing I wrote down was like what good's in this basically, like what moisture is in it. If there's no moisture in it, consider like yesterday at the table, like this like broke my heart. Tortilla chips
Yeah.
with loads of salsa. I was like, how do I not? How do I not? Like they are something that I just want to grab at. Whereas I know
Yeah.
that if there was like cut up cucumber or carrots, I would grab at those instead. But actually, the tortilla chips right there in front of you. So for me, it was like, what moisture is in this? What goodness is in this? And eat the
Yeah.
rainbow. What would be some easy wins for you? And then this morning, I went into the breakfast place here because Hero's got breakfast, but it's not necessarily what we'd be wanting to eat. But they had a massive fruit thing. So I took three little bowls of fruit. They're tiny bowls, but I just kept filling them up. I took
Yeah.
a peppermint tea, and I don't know if that's good or bad, but I took a peppermint tea.
It's
I looked, there
good.
was no caffeine, there was no additives, because that's the other thing. Like so many things have things you don't know are in them. Like even the juices have like lots of sugar added. And so for me, I'm trying to look to see at the back of things. Like I had one yesterday, ginger, lemon, apple, and beet, and it was so tasty. It was so good. And I was
Love it.
sending it to Rosanne, is it okay or not? And then I grabbed three bowls of fruit. I grabbed a bottle of water, some lemon juice in my water, and a peppermint tea with lemon in it. So those
I
are some
think
like easy
some
wins. What are yours?
some easy wins are, first of all, if you're traveling,
Yeah,
check out where you're going ahead of time. These days you've got the internet. You can just jump on and look within a 5 mile range or a 2 mile range. What is there? When you travel, get a place with a little kitchenette, at least a fridge. And
yeah.
that way you can get a local grocery store, get a local juice bar, look for vegan or vegan friendly or vegetarian, and you'll be able to get a lot of those fruits and veg.
Yes.
Um, I think that at home, it's really just prep. It's really just how do you make it easier depending on where in the world you live. So here in Florida, and I think in California, there's Costco. And making my life easier because, for example, yesterday I worked 12 hours seeing patients. So, how do I go shopping and do that? So, once a week, we go online, we pop it into Costco, and within an hour and a half, they are delivering to the house.
That's actually
So,
crazy. Like you
yeah,
guys, that is really beautiful. Now, I wrote down though, Roseanne, a few
yeah,
like superfoods. So a few
yeah.
things that should be now. I was really hungry last night, and I knew our dinner wouldn't arrive because it was 30 minutes to arrival, and I couldn't work out what to order. And I was trying to be really savvy and smart because I'm away from home. I just went into a shop and grabbed an avocado, and I was just like scooping the avocado out, and I kind of it just felt like an easy win. Another one for me was like the papaya salad, because again, it was something I could grab quickly.
I
What would
brought
be
this
some,
for you from the tree.
yes,
It came
yes.
from just now.
like crazy. What would be some easy like superfoods that I could write down that would be, and our listeners most importantly can write down
Yeah.
that will maybe
So
be they're very usable.
I love that you mentioned the avocado. So if you are home, always have avocados in the house, always have sweet potatoes in the house. Easy to open avocado, mash it, and then grab your veggies. Grab your broccoli, grab your carrots, grab your bell peppers, cut them, scoop them, eat them. Always have baked sweet potatoes in the house that are already baked. Bake 4 or 5 in advance. So you've got them, you can grab them, and you can run with that. Fruit, the easier fruits, apples, bananas, dry fruits like dates, dry mango, as long as they don't have preservatives in them. And as long as you mentioned this earlier about juices, as long as they don't have added sugar, fruit has enough sugar and usable sugar that won't spike your blood sugar. So, dry fruits are fantastic. Figs, dates, mangoes, anything you can find. These days they have dry fruit chips. So they're dehydrated even more. So they're crunchy. Again, nothing added. Pop that in your bag when you're on the go and
What do
grab
you
that.
always have in your fridge? Like if you were to go through your fridge, like what are the things that like because you've said some great things there. So like sweet potatoes for sure.
Yeah.
And I know you're great at your sweet potato. What is always in your fridge? What's something that's always there?
Always in my fridge is a big thing of spring mix. I love spring mix. Always in
What
my
is the
fridge.
spring mix? Tell me
Spring
spring mix.
mix. Yeah. Baby greens,
Okay.
small sprouted, romaine, endive, but they're in usually you can get them in large containers and it's a quick salad. Even if you don't want to chop everything else, the tomatoes, the radishes, whatever else you love, cucumbers, even if you don't feel like chopping all that stuff, a nice, beautiful spring mix, a quick dressing, will give you plenty of dressing recipes, a quick dressing, and you've got yourself a nice salad. But there's always every grapes. Oh my gosh, grapes. Always, always in the
And
fridge. Oh, grapes.
green or purple grapes.
The most perfect grapes would be organic black with seeds. Those are
Okay.
challenging to find. So I don't care what grapes you get. If you love green grapes, get green. Different times of year, especially here in the States, there's different, like there's cotton candy grapes and just doesn't matter to me. Grapes are just amazing.
Now, one of the things that for me has been a challenge, and I've never managed to get this right yet, and I love the yet,
Yet.
is my gut bacteria. So I've done a
Yeah.
few of those like source tests, and they've always come back as not good enough. So they've
Yeah.
never come back well. How do you deal with that for how you teach and what you do? Because obviously we know with our
Yeah.
dogs, gut bacteria is important, and a healthy gut is really important. And I for sure know that some of the things that we will see in our health is stress. Like stress is there, and
Yes. Oh my goodness.
that's one that I'll tackle maybe after the gut. But let's go gut first. Like, what do you do to put your
Yeah.
gut good?
First and foremost, we know, for example, we use probiotics with our AOK9 products for the dogs, right? So, first and foremost, I want you to think about something. What creature on the planet consumes a supplement of probiotics? None. None. We as humans and household pets need them because we are exposed to a lot of toxins, a lot of unhealthy foods, a lot of preservatives, things like that. But the more raw, the more fruits and veggies you need, the fiber in those foods feed your good bacteria. So when you're feeding the good bacteria and not feeding with biscuits, with grains, with, a lot of animal protein, when you're not feeding the bad guys, they kind of dwindle and the good guys, will take over. So that's the first and foremost. And then for that little added boost, yes, we might add probiotics. Yes, we might add herbs to
Herb, herb.
herbs to take care of parasites, fungus, bacteria, things that don't belong. So we can definitely do that, and that's not forever. None of that is forever. It's just for the point of time where we need to make a change in the gut.
I'm writing everything down so fast. I'm like, I'm writing my herbs, I'm writing my parasites, I'm writing fungus, I'm writing feeding the good bacteria, I'm saying the more fruits and veggies, feed the good guys. Like I'm
Feed the
writing
good
this stuff
guys.
down. I love it. I love it. Like this makes complete sense to me. The more I sort of read it there, I'm like, yeah, that makes complete sense, doesn't it?
Beautiful. Yeah. Simple, simple, simple. And again, that's why we want you guys to not, a lot of times people get intimidated and fearful, like, oh, this is going to be such a big change and I'm worried and I don't want to do it. Guys, we're here to make it simple for you. We want to make it fun. We want to make it doable. We want to make it simple. We want to inspire you.
And that's what it's about, isn't it? It's the simplicity of it. And at the
Yeah.
same time, I think part of that simplicity is the connected being together and doing it. So if anyone is listening and thinking, I'm inspired, I'm ready, like for me, I am so ready because I've had that result that's made me, sometimes we need like a drop kick. And that was my drop
Yeah.
kick. Like I feel like
Yeah.
it was a mic drop moment. It was like a wow.
Yeah.
And sometimes we need like a shift like that. Like I've known I need to shift something, but I'm also very, very troubled in my days. Like my days, like they rush. And so
Right.
the ideal scenario is that someone else is helping and prepping, but actually the realism is that it is us. Like we are the ones that need to do this. And
Yeah.
so what I love with what you do, Roseanne, is really simple, and that's what you're going to show with me. And I mean, maybe we even do another podcast after the health retreat. So we do another
Sure.
podcast just to show like what we've done and how we've done it. Now, one of my other questions was stress. Like, does stress play a part? Because I know for me that there are certain things or people or scenarios that stress me out on a regular basis. Like,
Yes.
how do you sit with that?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Stress plays a huge role. And honestly, I can look back at my situation and say stress played at least a 40% role in what happened with me. Those of you who don't know me, I spent 15 years as a firefighter before I became an acupuncture physician. And like Lauren, we go into things full force. Like there's the heart that takes us and we just follow. And I love my patients. I love what I do, but I would work, 5 days a week, 10 or more hours a day. Not smart, not smart. I adored it, but not smart. So stress plays a role. It triggers your fight or flight response. It lowers your immune function. It increases inflammation in the body. It causes cravings. So those sugar cravings, those carb cravings, is definitely directly connected to the fact that we are constantly, constantly, constantly pushing our adrenal glands to the nth degree. So yes, stress plays a huge role. And that's why we're going to bring in, when we're together, we're going to bring in breath work and meditation and some yoga, just to help to bring that stress level down and give you guys tools. Barb's going to help with that too. Give you guys tools to use when we're not all together. It's beautiful to be together and to learn everything you're going to learn, but what do you do when you go home? What do you do when you click that computer button and it's over? We're going to give you those tools so that you know what to do.
I love it. And I really can't wait. I mean, we're together from just before Crufts right the
Yeah.
way through until when you leave after the health retreat. Now, what would be some of your easy go-to meals, Roseanne, that we can share with everyone that, of course, we'll make together on the health
Yeah.
retreat? Maybe give me a brekkie, a cold sort of maybe lunch, and maybe a warm dinner. Maybe give me
Beautiful.
a few options.
Yes. So breakfast, of course, I love to start with a juice because it's light and easy and quick to do. But one of our favorites at the last retreat was our dry mulberry cereal, right? It's crunchy, it's chewy. We put fresh fruit with it. We make our own banana milk. It's amazing, and everyone loved it. And you can change up what fruit you put in it. You can add cinnamon. I mean, you can really just play with that. Coconut, I mean, make it really hearty, especially if you're in a cold environment. You want something hearty and not super cold to eat. So that could be at room temp. Beautiful.
And I think
Um,
that's something I've really noticed actually. Quite often I have a fruit bowl now for breakfast. Again, Roseanne inspired. In my fruit bowl, I have typically blueberries. My favorite fruit is passion fruit. I
oh,
love
love
passion
them.
fruit. I
Love
just
them, love
love
them.
the taste of passion fruit. So that's my favorite fruit. And then I'm just noticing the waves. I'm beyond excited by the waves. I love the waves. Um, I have melon. I always have melon. I typically, I love, I don't even know the names of them, but I really love the orange melon and I really love the sort of
Oh,
white sweet melon. Those are my
we
favorite.
call it cantaloupe and
Yeah,
honeydew. Yeah,
those two,
yeah.
just gorgeous. And then, oh, Cass, who helps me at home, she really alienated me the other day and quite offensive. I found this. She put in pomegranate. I didn't like those. I'm not a fan. Those are not for me. I'm like, you can keep those. Do not offend my fruit with those. And what else do I add? Sometimes strawberries, blackberries. I love it when you can pick the blackberries out on the farm. So some days you can pick blackberries, and we probably
Yeah.
get about 6 weeks of being able to pick blackberries. And my dogs will go blackberry picking with me.
Oh,
So they
these
love it.
guys, we have the mulberry
Oh, I
bush in
love
the
them.
back, and
Love them.
they'll be out there munching.
So that for me, the breakfast is good. But what I've really realized is room temperature is important because it's all in the fridge, obviously, to keep it fresh. But what I
Yeah,
do, because obviously we're cooler than you, is I pull it out before my workout, and then I go home and my decadent thing is I typically eat it whilst warming up in the bath or in the shower. So I'm often like eating as I go. Again, it's part of my eating as I go scenario. But what I really like about it is I do have it room temperature. So when you mentioned the room temperature, we must do
yeah,
that cereal and that banana milk when you're here because I've kind of not forgotten them, but gently moved them on. So I want to
yeah,
get back to that because I do sometimes miss something hearty or a little bit warm or a little bit sort of wholesome
yeah,
feeling. Like this morning in the breakfast place, the oatmeal draws me because it's like warm and filling. And I picked up the bowls of fruit, but there's part of me that likes the oatmeal sort of filling feeling.
yeah.
And there's a part of me that likes feeling full, which is maybe wrong, but I do like to feel full.
No,
So I
it's
don't know what that
it's
is.
yeah, that's not wrong. It's just it's what we're used to, right? If I liken it to here in the United States, Thanksgiving dinner is just this huge dish of every single thing. And when you're done, you feel bloated and heavy, and we feel like that's good. We're satisfied. It's just really a matter of retraining the body to know nutrition versus physical heaviness.
Yes.
But that's where we can switch out and say, okay, we can do the dry mulberries, and maybe we're going to add some raw sliced almonds on top, or a little bit of raw walnuts on top, and
Yes.
really give that little, that just that little bit will make you feel, oh, okay, I've got that weight in my stomach.
That is it. It's definitely like a level of weight. And it is, like you said, nutrition versus like a craving, which is
Yeah,
partly linked to maybe, like you said, stress and many other things. There's something in me that has very little stop. So when I'm eating something, I often eat to finish it all that I have.
yes,
And I definitely, where in dog training, I'll say things like, everything you need is within you now. When I'm training and eating myself, I'm like, everything I need is not within me now. I need to go and eat the whole plate. Like I need to eat all of those things. So yeah, the eating part is a thing. Now
yeah.
we've
And
talked to Brekkie. Go on.
yeah, I was going to say, and nature actually has designed for that. So, for example, white processed sugar is not natural, right? It's processed, and there's chemicals added to it, and bleach and whatever. So that's why when you eat a biscuit or a croissant, right? There's the processed sugar, there's the processed flour, and there's no turn off. The brain doesn't say, okay, I've had enough and turn off. But if you go to nature and say, how about honey? What if I put honey on a banana, right? You can only eat so much honey, and the body goes, okay, this is good. I'm done. Or even fresh, fresh, I don't know if that's the right word, but pure maple syrup, your body will say, oh, this is good. Okay, I've reached my plateau. I'm good. And there's a satisfaction that occurs in the digestive system and in the brain, that communication.
So
So
is honey or maple syrup better, or either okay or neither okay?
I love them both. I love them both. Yes.
And in their most raw form.
In their most raw form, and it is really hard to overeat them. I mean, your body will say, "Oh, good, I've had enough. I'm satisfied." Even making a lemonade with honey or making a lemonade with maple syrup, you'll have just so much, and then your body will say, "I'm good. I'm satisfied."
Nice to know. And I'm just thinking we have honey at home because of the bees. I'll let
Yes,
you
I love
know.
your honey. So
Yeah, so
good.
so maybe we use that honey more. No, that's good. That's good to know. Okay, so we've got brekkie on the go, and what we're drinking either our juice, our water, or our herbal tea. Is that correct?
Herbal tea. Yes. Yes.
You had a favorite one I liked, actually. You must bring some over with you. There was one I didn't like one. It was a bit too bitter for me. I much preferred the other. There
Yes.
were two.
I'm bringing a new, I'm bringing, a variety of teas, but I'm bringing a new one that is for the liver, but we've actually, my mentor has created it so that it's even more appealing. And I think you like chai, don't you?
I love chai.
Oh, you are gonna love, love, love this tea. You're gonna love it. Yeah, it's gonna be your new favorite.
I'm excited because last time I loved the other tea, but I think I partly loved the honey.
Yeah.
But I didn't like I think it was the digestive one. I didn't like the digestive
The
one.
stomach tea was a bit bitter. It wasn't, the formulation had changed. I think it might be back to its
But I
original formula.
really liked the other one, and I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to the chai. Now, we
yeah.
talked sort of brekkie. How about our
Lunch.
snacks and our lunch? So how do our
Okay.
snacks and our lunch go?
So let's jump to lunch really quickly. I think lunch is such a good opportunity to have a beautiful big salad. And it is something that you can take with you if you're going. I mean, I go to the office, 3 long days a week. So a great big salad that has everything in it. And don't worry about refrigerating it, right? If you get to work at 8 a.m. and you're having lunch at 12 and you don't feel like having that cold sensation, don't worry about refrigerating it. Keep it out. So having a great big salad and adding avocados, one of my favorite things, and again, that heaviness. So avocados, I love adding frozen but defrosted peas. I love organic sweet peas. I buy them frozen, they defrost in no time. I add that to my salad. It gives that nice heaviness. So the avocado, the sweet peas, and then I love sprouts. Um, we get here, and you probably can get them there in California. Ask around for sunnies. Sunnies are sunflower sprouts. It's literally just a stem and two leaves. And oh my goodness, so high in protein, so filling, so crunchy, so vibrant. They have life force in them. So a great big salad, I think, at lunchtime. I think your
Just
snacks can
very
be your date.
quickly, when
Yeah,
you said sprouts. So
yes.
for us in the UK, sprouts might mean Brussels sprouts. So just
Ah.
to clarify, you mean like sprouting seeds or beans?
So sprouts, yes, so we can get alfalfa sprouts, we can get broccoli sprouts, we can get sunflower sprouts. These are the sprouts, the actual plant that sprouts up from soaking seeds or beans or, broccoli seeds, right? And so they're small, but they pack a punch. When you think about a primate, right, a chimpanzee or a gorilla, their two favorite things are fruit and veggies. But what they do when they're eating their veggies is they look for the sprouts. They look for the new growth because that's the most condensed amount of nutrition is in that sprout.
I love that. That was one of my other takeaways was think like a monkey. It was like think like a monkey, be a monkey, go and think like a monkey. So grab things like them. And I think that's when you said about like the hydration piece. The hydration piece was really interesting because you said like when do you last see a monkey like go up and grab a water bottle or when do you see a monkey go and grab sort of a carby snack. Monkeys will grab like sprouting things or things with moisture or fruits or veggies. So
Yeah,
I think that's fantastic, like really
yeah.
fantastic. So, so we've got our salad, and when you say one of the other things I think would be a big question for like docs or like, what's your protein? So in the salad, what's the protein? Because I know for me, I'll reach to, and again, this is a question, like meats and proteins. Like I would eat.
Yeah.
My doctor would be like eat iron and have eggs and what would you say the protein sort of space is there?
Beautiful, so important question. So first of all, you're not a dog. So you can't compare what you eat to what they eat. The fallacy, and that's one of the things that we're going to be digging into, and that's the chapter, the only chapter in my book that someone else wrote, which was my husband, is where do you get your protein? So the fallacy is that there are not enough, or you don't have all essential amino acids in plants, and that's actually not true. That's how you can have a 300-pound gorilla who could snap you like a twig, who eats maybe 1% of his diet in animal protein, which is usually bugs or things like that. So it's all there. It's all in your veg. And that's the beauty. Anthony actually wrote a chart of everything he ate in a day during detox and totaled up his grams of protein. That's why I let him write that chapter. I hate math, you know that. So he totaled up his grams of protein. It is there. It's in your avocados. It's in your greens. It's in your sprouts. It's in your tomatoes. It's in your radishes. There is protein abound. It's everywhere. The thing I think that happens is people believe that they have to keep their portions small. But when I have a salad, the bowl is tremendous. And I oftentimes don't eat it all, but it is packed with everything you need. You don't have to add nuts. You don't have to add seeds. It's all in there.
And if you were going to add nuts or seeds, what would be your first nuts or seeds you'd go to?
I think the first seeds that I would go to are hemp. I think hemp seeds are fantastic. And again, we're looking at all this stuff raw, not roasted, no salt added. So hemp seeds, I think sunflower seeds, I think pumpkin seeds are all really good. Digestibility is easier with seeds than nuts. So if you tend to be bloated or gassy or burpy, then we would probably avoid the nuts. And we can talk when we're together in the retreat about soaking nuts and sprouting nuts and things like that. But I would stick with those hemp, sunflower, pumpkin.
Nice. And when you said this was like a bit of a wake up again for me, you said raw, like not roasted and not salted. So what does a raw, not roasted, not salted even look like? Like I don't even know that I know that.
Oh, yes, yes. So you just get them in their raw form. Of course, hemp seed is almost always purchased raw. Um, and then pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds, you just have to look in on the package to see is it roasted, salt, or oil added?
And
Because
you don't want roasted, you don't want salt, and you don't want oil added.
correct, correct. Because that salt, what does it do? It gets you craving more. And then what does it
Yeah,
do? Makes you need
dehydrates.
to drink water and then
Yeah.
more. And then, yeah.
Okay, that's good. That is good to know. Okay, so we've got our salad for lunch. We know what our protein is in the sort of bowl. And what about snacks? So throughout our day, what sort of things would your go-to snacks? What would be your go-tos?
Yeah, so I think if you're feeling like you need to snack in between, I get it for sure, especially when we're busy and we're running across an arena and trying to get in front of a 14-pound dog. Um, So your snacks, of course, first and foremost, go for fruit. But the date balls are really, really good. They are you don't need to eat a lot of them. You really don't. And we do get a little decadent with our chocolate date balls. So that really satisfies that kind of craving. If you're looking for something crunchy, then you go for those, fruit or veg chips, but again, no oil and things added. And they're all over the world. People, there's so many companies making them now, making them much
One thing
healthier.
I love, and you may tell me it's wrong, I love the edamame like beans. Like I love those. I
Yeah.
buy them at most service stations. So I'll buy those as I'm traveling, and they're quite nice to snack. I just need to check they've got no added salt. But
Yes,
they are
they
tasty. Like
typically do, but again, if you go online, and I can't speak specifically for the UK, but I know I can speak here in the States, you can go online to certain companies. I won't mention companies here, but you can go online to certain companies and find these things that are not roasted, not salted, and then buy in bulk. Buy
yeah,
in
yeah,
bulk. Pop them in
fantastic.
the freezer. You're good for months.
I bought from a company the other day called Bulk, actually. They delivered frozen online, and I was using it for the dogs typically, but probably should be using it for myself. But I did add cauliflower rice and edamames unsalted and blueberries
Yeah.
because they would add them sort of, yeah, they looked great on the order. So when you're here, I'll show you them as well, and we can go through those with the team because some of it is what makes your life easier, or what is like what can you throw together pretty quickly that's ready.
Yes.
They had garlic, onions, cauliflower rice, and edamame. And for me, when you add that together, that is kind of a meal anyway. Like you can pull those together and make that quite fun.
Yeah. I think that we are so used to the thought that a meal has to look a certain way.
Agreed.
that the
Agreed.
plate has to be divided into certain things and you have to
Vegetable, potato.
measure and portion, no monkey measures, no monkey
No,
measures, no
no
wolf
monkey measures.
measures.
That's a really nice. I'm going to write that one down as well. I've been writing so much down. So no monkey measures. Now, how about dinner? We're going to go for a warm dinner. So something
Yeah.
in England. England is cold. What would our warm dinner be? A hearty, warm dinner.
So I'm gonna tap into one of the recipes that we did last time, and I think we're gonna do again, which was the Moroccan stew.
Hmm.
The Moroccan stew was so flavorful. Again, there was no oil, no salt in it, but there were so many different herbs,
Herb,
herbs
herb.
that it was so flavorful. It was rich. Everyone loved it. Everyone loved it. So I think things like that. I think our cauliflower rice mushroom risotto was very filling, warm, nurturing. And then, soups. I mean, we've got a lot of soup recipes, and especially, I mean, it is warmer here right now than the UK, but we had a cold front, so we were down in the 40s. I don't know what it is out there right now, but it does inspire me to make soup. So,
Yeah, I
so
mean, soup for me has been my go-to for the last few weeks,
yeah,
because we've been cold. We've got like a soup maker. We don't use oils. We use water. The onions are fried in water effectively, so they are cooked or cooked in water, not fried, but they're in
yeah.
water. All of our herbs are added. And the best part
I don't
is
even remember the way to say it anymore.
herb, herb. Herb and the veggies. Basically, we add as much variety into the veg as we can. And it's funny because we don't follow any recipe. It's just all the veg that we've got in the house goes in.
Yeah, just
We
put
add the herbs.
everything you have, add a little bit of seasonings, and
My
it's
favorite, though, my
delicious.
favorite is red pepper, carrot, and chili. I love
Oh,
roasted red pepper, carrot, and chili. So maybe we'll
yeah.
have that one day because that is really quite tasty. And I know that that's there. Coconut milk as well. That was a big one. Like you really like the coconut milk. You think the coconut milk is super powerful. What do you do with that?
So the coconut milk we could, for example, add to our dry mulberry cereal. So that's really great. We can add it to one of our, I'm giving away all our recipes. We can add it to our banana date. Banana date. I put a little hemp seed, I put a little cocoa powder, and I either put dry coconut with some water and then some ice. Or I'll do a little bit of coconut milk. You don't need a lot because the bananas and the cocoa powder make it super rich. And then I love to add almond extract to it. I'm Italian and we do a lot of baking with almond extract and with almond paste. So I don't do
Almond extract and almond paste both healthy.
I don't use almond paste. Grew up with that, but I don't use it these days. Almond extract, yeah, and you just need a tiny bit. Pop it in the blender with your bananas and dates and
I just love the taste of almond. I love almond extract. So you make me happy. You
oh,
make me
so
very
good.
happy. So last question, what would
Yes.
you do that was a little bit naughty? So if there was something that's a little bit naughty, what would be like your naughty go-to if you have a naughty go-to?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. As I mentioned, I'm Italian. My husband's Italian, and of course, I mean, we love pasta, right? We just love pasta. So that will be my naughty go-to, but it will typically be gluten-free, and there's so many available these days. There's rice pasta, chickpea pasta. There's pasta made out of edamame. There's black rice. There's all kinds of pastas out there. So it's typically that. But we don't use dairy, we don't use cheese. So oh gosh, okay. And then for Christmas, my absolute go-to is I'll get there early, Lauren, I'll make this for you. I make vegan stuffed shells with rice pasta.
No. Like literally, the thing is, when you're here, for me, there are so many options. I can't wait. I can't wait for people to join us. I can't wait for people to hear about
Yes.
it. I can't wait for people to come, whether it's online, whether it's in person. I know that people can be there. And I love that we've got people from all over the world. I mean, we've got people from New Zealand, we've got people from Australia, we've got people from the depths of Cornwall, and we've got people from the like the tip of Scotland. Like people really can come, and it's possible. And the thing that I would say again, only yesterday or the day before I left, really, so a couple of days ago, I was eating. Matt had rice, and I had cauliflower rice with edamame and onion and garlic. And for me, I've got to the point that I really don't want the rice. And that's really cool. Like mine feels grainy and nutty and it feels way more wholesome. And I
Yeah,
actually much prefer that. And that for me is a massive win. And I remember working out once and
beautiful.
someone said to me, Lauren, I can't believe you're not addicted to working out. You have the type that personality that should be. And I'm
Yeah.
not addicted to working out, but I am addicted to things like that. Like for me, that would be like I can't understand why you'd want rice on a plate when you have that. Like it doesn't make sense to me now. And that's where I'd love everyone to get to with us. Now I'm really excited about that week we get to spend together.
You
Anyone
do.
who's sat on the fence, what are you going to tell them, Roseanne? Anyone who's thinking, oh, maybe I should, what are you telling them?
I will tell them what Anthony would say to me. He would say, do something for yourself. Do something for yourself. And especially women, we tend to not do for ourselves, we do for everyone else. So honestly, Lauren said to me, you have to come to Crufts before the retreat. And, I've got patients and I've got this and I've got that. And Anthony just sat down with me and he said, you will be with Lauren. You will be at Crufts. It's the greatest experience you could ever have in your life. When are you going to do this again? Do this for yourself. And I think that's the greatest advice I can give you guys. If you're thinking about it, if you're considering it, you know, do something for yourself. Because in a blink of an eye, you're 62. In a blink of an eye. When did that happen? I still have the mentality of a high school person sometimes.
I agree. Like suddenly, I mean, the years go faster. They just go faster and faster. And we've got someone who's 72 coming. So you know what? Like absolutely in the blink of an eye, boom. So I
Yeah,
can't wait. Roseanne, it's going to be an amazing week. You're invited. You're all invited. It's www.devondogs.co.uk. Come health retreat, do an in-person spot or do an online spot. We've got space for you. We welcome you. We absolutely cheerlead with you. We want to be there together. This is your invite. Go do it.
absolutely. And I will say one last thing, beautiful lady. You guys, if you've not gone to Devon to do a dog retreat and work with this beautiful lady, you have to come. Just to be together is awesome. And Lauren, when we were together for this the first time, it was a really hard time for you. And when you see what this lady can overcome and just dedicate herself, she was in it. She's like, you know what? I said I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it. And we loved and supported her. And it was lovely to be able to share that with you. If you guys, honestly, if she's as much of your hero as she is mine, come and you get, the blondie and the brunette together.
We can't wait to welcome you. Thank you so much, Roseanne, for joining
Oh,
us. I absolutely know it's going to be an incredible week, whether people join us online or in person. Let's do this.
yes.